All righty. So first off, wanted to talk about a magnolia. We are a little on the short side on the sevens, 15s, but we do have some really nice threes. This is Royal Star here. This is like the third in our series that'll bloom. So Messel and Merrill, which we grow, that'll be the first ones, and then we go right into Royal Star. So this is in that little bit earlier group where the Anns and Janes will bloom after Royal Star. So just for your info there, we're getting down there. We have about 350 of these available, but you can see there how nice they are. We put the spec at 2430. There's buds all over these things, so you're going to have flowers even on this 3 gallon. So the today photo is in the center there, and you can see what they look like in the fall on the right. So great looking plants. Make sure you keep talking about these. I know people are still out there trying to find a 7. They're just not existing right now. So just show them how nice and the size these are on the 3s. Next is Lackaconica. So we talked to you guys about these a little while back. We just got them in. This is the first shipment. We have another shipment coming in today. To our delight, our supplier, our partner out there, was very truthful in the quality and the sizing and how nice they look. You can see the consistency down through there. You can see we're up over that 48-inch mark. And these things are just cookie cutter, couldn't be better. They used a better grade pot on them. A lot of times you get things in that have those real cheap pots. They didn't skimp on any of it during the growing. So we currently have this group. Did you roll this into current now?
Yes, I did.
So these were on virtual, but now they're rolling into current. There's still 600 available. So there's still some room to do some selling. We are going to take some of these and bump them up into 15, so we can have a nice 60 by late summer going into fall. So that'll be a change from where we were before. We were really cheating the system, really only able to get a 36 out there. But now, we're into this category here for this spring and early summer. So it's very important that you have that conversation. It's going to be a bigger plant than what they got last year, which I think would make them a lot happier and still, at the same pricing. We didn't really raise the price. Anyways, lots of good info there all around. Next, Green Giant. So this is the 5-gallon crop. We list this as a 36 to 42. You can see there we're getting up there. We're tipping that 4-foot mark. This is a plant, a size that we kind of ran out of last year, but this year we have availability. This size here tends to go towards the garden center market. That's why we grow it. Gives them a nice. We don't offer a 3 usually. I don't know if we have any right now.
I think there's some.
Okay.
We have some, but there's some.
Sometimes we do. It depends how many liners we can get through the system. But this is a nice package there. It's works better for people with that price point that don't really want to go to that 7. A little easier to handle for the homeowner too. And very consistent. We grow these in pot and pot, so we get a nice shape out of them. They were never grown close together, so we get a little fuller plant than some of our competitors out there. So 500 and see what you can do. Next, we'll look at fragrant. So this is Spice Girl. So this, you've heard me say this before. This is really become one of my favorite viburnums, especially for the fragrant. It is a much better grower than the standard Carlisi. It breaks much better from the base. It doesn't get this thin trunk look to it when it's smaller. The branching is really nice. The leaf is superior. its disease resistance is superior, and also its bloom is superior. So people who are still hesitant to move into some of these new fragrance just keep bringing up those points. I don't see why you would continue to want just straight Carlisi, other than the fact that you don't want to change. But if you want a plant that's better, that's going to perform better in the landscape, that's going to look better on the lot, it's going to hold up on the lot a lot better. I can't say enough about these plants. So keep talking about that, keep pushing people towards this. This is really the way we're going to go. I really see eventually, it's not going to happen overnight, but eventually we really want to just totally move into these newer varieties and kind of move out of the old ones that just don't hold up as well. All right, Viburnum winifera. So this is a glossy leaf type of viburnum. It's got good resistance. They have shown that this type of viburnum does have resistance to viburnum leaf beetle. It's kind of a different leaf, a little bit different animal. It does get a nice red fall color. This was a picture right before the fall color, but you can see there the sizing of the plant, how big it was, or how big it is, and how nice it is. We still have 340 available. It's very adaptable. It's considered a native in a lot of areas, so it's good for naturalized plantings. Does get a nice spring flower on it. It only blooms once. It will get somewhat of a berry also, but its big claim to fame is its foliage, fantastic foliage plant. Very easy to take care of, very tough for those tough areas. It can tolerate a lot of abuse, so that's a good one there. And then finally, we have wine and rose. So there's a today photo in the center, and kind of a close-up photo on the side. We really bumped our numbers up. That 7,000 number, seems like a lot, but last year we shipped right around 10,000 of these total for the year. So that's not really a crazy number there. This seems to be a plant that people are expecting that you're going to have all the time. You're always going to have wine and rose. You're never going to run out. So this is one of the key plants we really focused on, this and spilled wine, to make sure we always had these available. The process that we're going to go through is we do keep these in minimal heat. I do let them freeze a little bit, but what we're trying to do is we want to trick this to come out just a little bit earlier than normal. A lot of times Weigelia won't look really good until you get into mid-May. It's a later breaker. It will push a little leaf out and then kind of sit there till it gets warmer nights. So we do like to get some nice foliage on there before Mother's Day. So we do enhance it a little bit with a little bit of heat. We also trim them earlier and give them a little shot of fertilizer earlier, just so we get more of that purple color in them. It's a fine line because we can't go too early because the color is affected by daylight. So if we don't have enough daylight, they'll be green. So that's a lot of times when they first pop, the leaf might come out green. It needs more light to start getting more of that color into it. So that's kind of our process, and that's what we do. So I think that was it. All right. Kind of made it short this week. I know we hit you a couple weeks ago with a lot of material there. We still have some great availability. We still have availability on B&B. So keep looking through those lists. We are starting to receive other material that's on the virtual. So we'll be seeing some of that next week starting to roll in. All indications are from our partners out there that everything's okay. So I haven't gotten any word that there's some kind of major problem We do like to bring most of this material in February as much as we can, so it has a chance to acclimatize to our weather. Because obviously, if they're on the West Coast or a little further south, they could break too early and then be out of bloom for when we want them for Mother's Day. So we push real hard to get that done.